Hello everybody, welcome back to the Lost Mine Pokemon Trading Card Game channel. It is I, Landen back with another post-rotation deck profile. Today I'm going over the new rendition of the Grimmsnarl EX, Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX to be proper, archetype. Deck doesn't change a whole lot. We are one of the decks that keeps most of our pieces. Obviously we lose Iono research like everyone else, but those are quite honestly and Countercatcher was a big miss for this deck, but most of the things are still here. We are one of the only decks with a very powerful stadium left over, Artisan, Town Store, both rotating. So we're going to be really happy about playing Spike Myth, but I'd like to get started here with a monkey you've seen a lot of, I'm sure, if you've been playing Pokemon over the last couple of years, but 4 copies of Monkey Dory. Anytime I've played Grimm in the past, I've always wanted the 4 copies of Monkey Dory in here. This is the thing your deck is built around. I don't see why you're not playing 4. You want up to 4 in play, usually always 3 in a game in most matchups. I just like the installation for finding it. I like not having the ability to prize a monkey and not be able to have 3, so prizing a monkey and stuffing 3 to be able to put in play is a big deal, and then just obviously finding these is very important, harder without Artisan. Then we got 3 Marnie's Impidimp, 3 Morgrim, and 3 copies of the Grimmsnarl EX. This is a card that's been incredibly successful in the pre-rotation format. It's a bit of a deck that ducks in and out of popularity. I think one of the big problems with this deck is always been the Gholdengo matchup. Gholdengo rotating is a really, really big deal for Grimmsnarl moving forward because we do a very small amount of damage in terms of one-shotting stuff. It's never really happening with this deck, so a one-shot deck like Dango was a big problem because they would just always win the prize trade. But self-charges it up with Punk Up, get your 5 energies, charge them to your Marnie's Pokemon, lets you float energies to Monkey Dory really easily, especially if you get a third one to a Grimm. You can go energy switch, get a free energy into play that way, and then Shadow Bullet, 180, 30 snipe. We know this is a very good card. Next up, 3-2 line of Froslass. Notably, we are playing the new 70 HP Snorunt. Huge deal for these kinds of decks. Makes it so Double Monkey can't just snipe your Snorunt out of play. That is incredibly relevant. You'll find it comes up very often in your gameplay when you do play these Froslass decks. But Freezing Shroud, very powerful. Obviously, this deck was always built around this engine. Monkey Dory plus Froslass, just fantastic spread. You know what we're doing here. 1 Budew, 1 Shaman, 1 Tatsugiri. I've never really been a huge fan of Budew in the Grimmsnarl archetype. I am trying it post-rotation because it has done some things in testing, but I'm not super hyped about it. I'd like probably see it cut for maybe another consistency card or, I don't know, maybe a Blood Moon or a Fez or something, but Itchy Pollen can slow your opponent down. You can kind of cosplay as like the Budew Monkey Dory Froslass deck that doesn't play Grimmsnarl sometimes, but a lot of the time you just rather like attach to Monkey and pass. Shaman is a huge deal. I'm a huge fan of this card. It's fantastic in Mirror. Guardy does rotate, so Screamtail's not as huge of a deal, but there's things like Baby Bolt floating around. There's things like Darmanitan and Zork. I think this card is just fantastic. It feels like if you have this in play, sometimes it's just like unlosable into any of those spread decks. I felt that way into Gardevoir playing this deck. I was a big fan of Shaman. And then Tatsugiri, we've talked about this a few times. I think we had it in what was the deck we had it in? I can't remember. We had it in a deck, I think it was in Stormy Froslass, but attract customers, a lot of the time, it's nice because it has an ability, so it can build up Freezing Shroud damage. Attract customers, just going attach retreat into this if your hand is dead. A lot of the times you can get this done twice before it dies, and then if it sits in play with maybe like an air balloon on it, it can accumulate a lot of value. A card that I'm also not traditionally a fan of, but I do want to try these 2 guys again post-rotation, see if they have improved, because pre-rotation I was not a fan of either of these, but that being said, let's move on to our supporter line. For Lily's Determination is the only good part of this supporter line. The supporters for Grimm are making me pretty sad. I'll just go straight on to the Carmines. This makes me really sad to be playing Carmine. We lose research, we lose Iono. Grimm is one of the decks that needs a high supporter count because we don't have onboard draw. If you're not playing Fez or Meowth, or those are really your only 2 options, but you have to replace the 4 Iono and then the amount of research that we were playing pre-rotation. Carmine is regrettably probably the best one. Like going first, it can be nice, but it's either this or Morty's Conviction, I think, are the 2 things. The other thing we're now playing Rocket's Petrol instead of Arven. Arven was so much better because we loved playing Evo in this deck. It's a little less important now that Snorunt has 70 HP, but Petrol is a card. It is a downgrade from Arven by a lot. It is still good. Every deck's supporters get worse, so we don't like feel this disproportionately. It's just everybody, but Carmine and Petrol are just, they're there. It's what you have to play. Like I said, it's either Carmine or Morty's. I think Carmine's probably better. 2 boss. Maybe we want to say 3, because it used to be you'd play at least like 2 boss, 1 CC, maybe 2 counter catchers in this kind of decks with Grimm. But maybe there should be 3 now that we don't have counter catcher. But This is one of the decks that doesn't need Gust as badly because we have so much snipe options between Monkey and Froslass and Grim, so I don't feel terrible about the 2 boss. 4 Pokepad, very, very powerful Pokemon Search card. This is something that you will see a lot of moving forward. This is going to be legal pre-rotation from the Ascended Hero set, but this finds Monkey, Impidimp, Froslass, Snorunt, finds everything except Grim. This is fantastic. Definitely better than Nest Ball in this deck. 3 Buddy Buddy Poffin. This is a card we see all the time. I don't feel I need to explain it that much. Find Snorunt, find Impidimp, find Buddy Tatsugiri. Very powerful. 3 Night Stretcher. You could maybe get away with 2. I think you traditionally always wanted to play 3 recovery effects in Grim. It's very nice to get back your Monkey or your Dark Energy that you're missing. That's a lot of the time what it's finding. It's good if they're bossing your Frostlasses lots. I used to play a Super Rod in Grim because it was very nice to get back energies and then punk up, but not an option anymore with rotation. 2 Rare Candy. This could become 1. I've always liked at least 1 candy in Grim. 2 candy's pretty nice. It's a card that you'll see in Stage 2 decks, obviously. It's fantastic. Lets you hit turn 2 Grim. Not always a play that you want to do, but as an option, it's great. Works very well with Petrol, like it used to with Arven. 1 E-Switch. This is a card I love in Grimmsnarl. Reason being, you can punk up extra energy into play because you can get 5, which is ridiculous. 5 is so many. You only ever need 2, and then the third one can just go to a Monkey off of an E-Switch. So it basically makes Grim accelerate an energy to Monkey for free sometimes, which is just great when it happens. Secret Boxes are A-Spec. Secret Box has pretty much always been the A-Spec in Grim. Grim has always been kind of known as like a brick fest. It's quite a slow deck. Secret Box is just unbridled consistency. Nothing matches this thing. You don't want really any other A-Spec. Maybe you could consider like Stamp, but I don't think so. Secret Box is just the gas. It does get worse though. We only have option for Air Balloon. It is the only tool that's really good. We don't have Evo anymore. We don't have... Energize. I used to play Energize in Grim for a while. That was a sick tech, but no longer. Not allowed to play those. 4 Spikemouth. This could be excessive. I could see going down to 3, but this card is just great. Obviously, it finds your entire Grim line. This card really can enable turn 2 candies. Like if you're going second or first, you just have Spikemouth, find the Impidimp, next turn Spikemouth for the Grim, use Petrol to get the candy or whatever. This card's great. It's great to have Stadium Bump, especially if they like jamming to shut off your Air Balloon, or they've got some sort of stadium they want to have in play. It's great to have bumps. You always just want this in your opening hand, so it's really nice to have. Between 4 Pokepad, 3 Poffin, 4 Spikemouth, we do have a lot of Pokemon Search. Then for energies, we got 4, 8, 9 Dark. I do believe Energy Search is still legal. Maybe that's worth playing for Petrol, but it used to be the case, like sometimes you'd go Arven for Energy Search plus Evo, and that was how you found your Evo. I think just playing the 9 Dark is more than enough. We have triple Night Stretch to get them back. We have Energy Switch to find Monkey energies that way sometimes too. You do want really high Dark counts because you want to be finding Monkey attach every turn with this deck, but that's Grimmsnarl for you in the post-rotation format. I think this is one of the front runners of the format. I think this is probably still, like, we lose Gardevoir, which was a great matchup for this deck a lot of the time, but still very well positioned, loses not very much, still has its entire engine intact. Obviously the supporters get worse, but everyone's do, so that's Grimmsnarl. I am very excited about this deck. I will probably be playing it at League once post-rotation hits because this is a deck I've really enjoyed playing in the past. Look out for gameplay with it. You know we're putting out gameplay. That being said, please like, comment, subscribe. We would love your support. We're planning on putting lots more videos out there, so if you'd like to support them, we'd really appreciate it. It helps us put out more videos in the future. You can follow me on Metafy, Twitter. You can follow Lucas on Twitter, and you can follow our personal Lost Mine Twitter as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Look out for the gameplay, and take care of yourself. Bye for now.